Hello everyone and welcome to my hip-hop gossip for you channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A former Biggie estate publicist speaks out about Diddy's alleged drug use and sexual harassment. On the 1997 track Hypnotize, the final song he released before his away, the notorious Biggie raps that he and Diddy were close like Starsky and Hutch. The 24-year-old hip-hop icon was slain a week later while following Diddy's Chevy Suburban. C.J. Wallace, Biggie's son, recruited publicist Jonathan Hay almost 25 years later to recreate some of the late MC's greatest hits for the family's estate. However, Hayes claims that their business partnership took a negative turn. He claims he was sexually approached by a member of Biggie's squad. Hayes told All Hip Hop, to put it mildly, my experiences with the Biggie Smalls team turned abominable. When I hesitantly came forward with my sexual harassment charges, the notorious Biggie estate refused to accept them, which is similar to Diddy's claimed actions. During the pandemic, I wouldn't engage in phone sex or watch one of the notorious Biggie estate representatives enjoy himself over a video call. I was immediately shunned and the project was terminated, so for 2 years following the nasty experiences, I lived with remorse that I didn't go along with all that funky-ass strangeness. I lost about 2 years of exclusive Biggie work in addition to a substantial sum of money. According to Hayes, Diddy continued to be a partner in the publishing fortune of the estate of Christopher Wallace, which included Jay-Z-related musical properties. It was only after Diddy's RICO arrest that he found the guts to tell others what had occurred to him. He acknowledges, even though I have a lot of money, I could never compete with the estate of Diddy, Jay-Z, and the notorious Biggie. So many strong women have come forward with lawsuits and alleged criminal complaints against the former bad boy mogul, so it's only now that I can speak out about this. In another instance, Hayes says that soon after the release of Hayes and Frank White's Big Papa, he was on a Zoom call with Diddy, King Combs, and 2 members of the estate. Hayes claims that as Diddy was whining about the song not being good enough, he saw him inhaling what he thought was either cocaine or ketamine. Hayes adds, Diddy told me that I had to use ketamine to make house music because that's how all the ravers would hear it at events like Burning Man and Miami Ultra Music Fest. At the time, I thought it was odd that Diddy was sniffing cocaine or ketamine while on this strange pep talk call. I was shocked that he was smelling, especially since this child was also using Zoom. Hayes, who had moved to Brooklyn by this point, made a last-ditch effort to get in touch with Faith Evans via her manager after the agreement fell through. He clarified, I informed them that I had received extremely unwanted sexual advances from a representative of the notorious Biggie estate. Additionally, I've included the obscene MP3 that All Hip Hop heard of Biggie's representative constantly and strangely declaring his love for me. Todd Rusaw, Biggie's son's active stepfather and Faith Evans' ex-husband, acknowledged in an email that it was disturbing and promised to follow up. However, he never did. When I began getting sporadic texts with threats from Diddy's allies and people connected to Biggie's estate, it started to worry me a little. After my girlfriend and I temporarily relocated to Texas to escape Brooklyn, we lived quietly in Washington Heights, Manhattan, for over a year. Eventually, Hayes received a cease and desist letter over the Biggie project. Part of it said, we have been notified by our client that you are threatening to distribute the record in question without their consent. In this letter, the album and all of the master recordings that are included inside it will be referred to as the album, both alone and collectively. You specifically said in an email to Willie Mack and Christopher J. Wallace on July 2, 2021, I can release it, the album, on my own, without any affiliation of anything involving Think Big, Frank White, Biggie's estate, etc. Your assertion is categorically untrue. The outlandish allegations that Jamie Foxx was involved in Diddy's arrest are refuted by his team. In response to recent accusations from Big Homie CC and Choke No Joke, Diddy's team is retaliating. Diddy's representatives described them as outlandish, ridiculous, and baseless in an email to all hip-hop. Additionally, they assert that Fox's crew denied any involvement in Diddy's case or subsequent arrest. It all started with an article that appeared in Page 6 earlier this week. Several attendees of Fox's recent one-man performance in Atlanta have told the publication that he will address the Diddy controversy in his upcoming Netflix special, What Had Happened Was. Fox may have blamed Diddy for his unexplained hospitalization last year, according to several insiders. After producer and cameraman Choke No Joke saw two of Fox's performances at Atlanta's Alliance Theater in early October, the rumors began. According to Choke, Fox asserted in a serious tone that he was the one who informed the FBI about Diddy. In an interview with Comedy Hype, Choke talked more about his experience and insisted that Fox was the source of what he heard. "I attended the taping of Jamie's upcoming Netflix special," Choke said. "I called the feds on Diddy because he did something to me," he stated. Big Homie CC, a famous bodyguard, told Cam Capone News that he knew of an alleged instance where Diddy tried to hurt Fox before his health concern. Big Homie CC stated, "I am aware that Diddy poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie reported him to the FBI as a result. They keep asking me if Diddy was responsible, but he wasn't," actor Dennis L. A. White spat to Page 6. "I would have died if he had." White went on to say that Fox made fun of Diddy without accusing him or bringing up the police. On September 16, Diddy was taken into custody on a number of RICO offenses, including sex trafficking. After multiple bail efforts, he is still being held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He entered a not guilty plea. It is anticipated that his trial will begin on May 5, 2025. Diddy has been the target of what seems like an infinite number of lawsuits in the interim, which his legal team is presently contesting. Feds are accused by Diddy's lawyers of having an illicit relationship with the press. Following a story on Diddy's freak-offs in the New York Post on Friday, Diddy's attorneys reaffirmed their calls for a gag order in his sex trafficking case. In a letter that all hip-hop was able to get, Diddy's legal team accused the Department of Homeland Security of conspiring with the media to damage his reputation. In a letter to Judge Arun Subramanian, Diddy's lawyers said that DHS had established an illegal alliance with many media organizations, which the government has utilized and would continue to use to deny this man a fair trial. It is obvious that a gag order is required immediately. Videos show